we got a sweet one for you today. This is a red-white burn deck is what I've been calling it. There are some similar lists to this floating around in Standard, but we have some sweet additions here in Alchemy. In the 2-drop slot, I'm playing Rahilda, Wanted Cutthroat. This card is absolutely bonkers. 2/2 first strike for 2. When it deals damage to them, we exile a card at random, a non-land card at random from their library, and then we may cast it if we attacked with a wolf or a werewolf on our turn, and then if it flips, it becomes a 2/2 double striker, and then it takes 2 cards that we're able to cast. Aggressive 2-drop, a 2/2 with first strike actually lines up pretty well in the 2-drop slot in this format from my experience. And then it's a source of card advantage to keep us pushing, keep us going. Another card that we have in here from Alchemy is Electrostatic Blast. This card has been pretty impressive looking. So it's a shock for 2 mana, and then the next time we cast an instant or sorcery, which we have a lot of, you get to essentially look at the top 3 cards of your library, and then you can cast one of those this turn, or you can play one because you can also play lands off of it. Pretty good as well. The other card that we're playing from Alchemy is Teralf's Disciple, a 3/3 for haste with 3, which is already awesome for our deck. We're looking to be aggressive, we're looking to beat down, but then whenever it attacks, we put 4 lightning bolts in our deck. Lightning bolt, iconic spell, 1 red, deal 3 damage, which is fantastic for us. Other things the deck is doing, so we have a lot of burn spells, right? We also have Sacred Fires, Royal Eruption, Play with Fire. We got some Spike-Field Hazards. Other creatures we're doing is Falconwrath Pit Fighter as a 1-drop that we can also, late game, this card can be cycled really easily because we have all these burn spells. So even if it can't get in, right, we can throw a burn spell up top, sacrifice it, maybe pitch a land, and draw some new cards when this card kind of starts to fall off. We also have Rem in our deck, another flying haste creature. Helps, prevent a little bit of damage to you as well. But then the good thing this really does is it adds an additional +1 to all of our burn spells. So it lets them kill things that are bigger or do additional damage to our opponent. We're also playing Bloodthirsty Adversary. It's a hasty 2-drop, but then also if the game goes a little bit longer, right, for 5, we can flash back one of our burn spells as a source of card advantage and to push our spells farther. And then finally we got Showdown of the Scalds. This card is insane in this deck. So we exile the top 4, and then between that turn and the following turn, we can play those cards, and then we also start getting +1/+1 counters on our deck. This card has been really good, especially with stuff like Teralf's Disciple. So, this puts lightning bolts into your deck, and then you got to draw those lightning bolts, right? But between Electrostatic Blast and Showdown of the Scalds, we have ways to start cycling into these lightning bolts that we've put into our deck. In the sideboard here, what we got going, we have a Faithful Absence and some Valorous Stances. We got 3 of those as just another way to have some removal to interact with bigger stuff like dragons. There's a lot of those floating around right now, or bigger creatures, as well as this is a good combat trick to make stuff indestructible or save a creature from a wrath. We also got Brutal Cathars for the control matchups. We have Redain as well. We got a couple of those floating around, so we have those against control decks, put them off their mana a bit. We got some Burning Hands in case we run into mono green. We have Roiling Vortex as a card against control, or if we want to stop life gain. And then we have Radiant Scroll Wielder against like the really just linear aggro decks where we assume like the mid-rangey control version. We want this card to keep buying back our burn spells and to give them lifelink. So in my testing, this deck has been pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and hop into some games. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our opening hand here. This hand's close. I could see Bull getting it, but yeah, I'll go ahead and keep. Okay, playing against another red-white deck. I haven't seen too many other red-white decks, so we might be playing a mirror match. Okay, we're playing against red-white dragons. They didn't have the 2-drop, the whelp, which is good for us. Okay, nothing here. Well, let's see if our disciple can get in there. It's probably going to die to like a dragon's fire, though. Yep. Okay, so how do we want to do this? So I think this turn, let's go ahead and kill it like this, and the next turn we'll be fully set up to do a spike field hazard with the electrostatic blast trigger. Okay. So let's start things off with the spike field and get our trigger. Well, then I think what I want to do is we're just going to do 2 up top, and then we're going to put down our adversary and get in for 2. So now we have another electrostatic blast for next turn. Okay. Well, I'm going to start off with pinging this, then hopefully... Ooh. Yeah. And then let's set up another electrostatic blast. Card's really good. This card's so good. I'm a big fan of this. Card is sweet. Pass the turn. Hopefully... Okay, they got another dragon. That's okay. Let's see if we can get into another burn spell. We have a lot of them in our deck. Land. Ooh, okay. I think we can flash one back now. So we're gonna do this and kick it for another electrostatic blast on this dragon, and then get him for 5. Ooh, that was a sick play. Like, sweet. Hopefully they're running out of gas here, because we've pretty much exhausted our tank. Okay. Go ahead. Another whelp, okay. Let's see, this is discard a card. No attacks. Only, okay. They have to lose life. Just had to double check how that ability works. Okay. Well, that's a really good start. So let's go ahead and do this. It'll trigger our blast. Hopefully we can find, oh, the disciple. Okay, the disciple's a good hit here. So then we play the disciple. Another dragon's fire. Okay. Well, let's get in for 2 and pass. I'm gonna continue to hold this plains in case I want to pitch it to the pit fighter at some point. Okay. Let's see. We still have 2 burn spells available. Ooh, okay. Another disciple. They have another dragon's fire. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's big. That's a big hit. This should hopefully start to close the door on stuff against our opponent. Get to deploy a bunch of threats here. Get him! Alright, that game was sweet. This deck grinds pretty well. Like, we did a lot of 2-for-1ing ourselves, but then, like, we get card advantage in other ways, so... Alright, against the Dragons deck. So we definitely want these Valorous Stances and the Faithful Absence. What seems not good against them? I don't think I really want these Eruptions. We can go down those two. And then... what are our last two cards? We want to go down. Probably just the Sacred Fires. Yeah. Sacred Fire doesn't line up well against a lot of their creatures. And I want the Play with Fires and the Spikefield Hazards for the Whelp. And then we need better burn spells and Valor Stances and stuff against their bigger stuff. So let's try running it like that. See here. Yeah. I'm in for this hand. I'm going to lead on a mountain here to hold up this Spikefield Hazard in case they go to play the Whelp on 2 so we can kill it before it triggers. Okay. It didn't have the Whelp. Well, that's okay. Let's go Plains and then get down our adversary and hit him for 2. Dragon's Disciple. Okay. Okay, have Ward 1. I haven't really played against that card much. I think we just play a Den of the Bugbear and pass here. We don't really have a good burn spell to brute force through this. And we can only really play one spell, so no attacks. Pass the turn. Get the Whelp down. And then I think we're just going to because then one of my sequences next turn. So this turn I'm going to be pinging this. And then on my turn I think I'm going to Sacred Flame Electrostatic Blast that. And then I'll have another blast to set up the first one. Okay. Yeah. So, let's ping this. Yes. Auto pay the 1. Get that out of here. No blocks. And then we're going to go land. Sacred Fire. Electrostatic Blast. Then we have the Blast on deck. Hit him for 2. And our opponent's stumbling on mana here, so that's really good for us. See if they have a play. Okay, they have a Whelp. Whelp is probably good here, so let's go ahead and ping that, trigger our blast. Since I have a land in hand, part of me just wants to throw this up top. Some scry. Oh, I am in for a showdown. Play our other 2-drop. Get in for 2. Okay. Portable hole. That's fine. Ooh, I don't know if that's the one you want to hit, opponent. This card's insane. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Well, then let's showdown. And refuel up. Okay. Put down our land, and then we're going to pass. And now if they do finally go land dragon, we have a Valorous Stance. Okay. sure. Venture into a dungeon. That's fine. Scribe, resolve that. So I didn't get to Valorous Stance something, which is what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Our turn. Yeah. So what we're going to do this turn is we're going to play our Disciple, and then we're going to ping this, pump this up, blast this, pump this up, have a blast on deck for next turn, get in for 5 with our hasty guy, get some lightning bolts in the deck. Whew, this is really coming together. Oh, they got this turn. Okay. Okay. Well, and they scoop it up. They're basically dead. Sweet. Good way to start it off. All right. Game round 2 here. Yeah, I'm in for this hand. That seems totally fine. Let's see what our opponent is playing here. Black, white, something. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to start with putting this spike field in tapped. Black, white clerics. Okay. Well, with them playing a cleric here, I think we just need to kill that this turn while we still can, because that thing's going to get big. So let's get it off the board while our removal still works. Righteous Valkyrie. Okay. Okay. I think this turn we're just gonna develop down our Cutthroat and pass. We're gonna have to draw another burn spell to get rid of this Valkyrie. This could be a pretty rough matchup for us on the draw here. Oh, okay. Our opponent has a lot of fear. They didn't attack in, which is all right. So let's play our land for a turn, and then I think, let's see. Yeah, I can't swing in because they'll just double block. So I think the play here is ping, blast, pass the turn, and now we have the blast on deck, and hopefully we get another burn spell next turn, and then that can draw us into another one, and we start to clean things up here a bit. Nothing there. Okay. Well, we passed the turn. Spellbinder, sure. Yeah, this deck, it gets much easier for us after our next game. Let's see. I think we just pass. It sucks. I don't really want to flash this back right now. Oof. Yeah, they hit. That's a really good draw for them, because that also puts them over. So now they can come in for a bunch of damage. I'm gonna give it one more draw step, but I think we're probably just dead here. Let's see. Well, if we have any hope. Oh, and then this thing's also insulating them from removal. Let's see. Well, even if we show down, right? They just have too much. And then if we do this, it still doesn't kill it. What does Showdown hit us? Yeah, no, we're very dead. Let's go to the next game and get some removal that can deal with these bigger threats. So we want Cathars, Valorous Stance, and Faithful Absence. Part of me wants this Roiling Vortex, but I feel like we're too strapped on mana to activate its ability too much. So Sacred Flames are definitely coming out because they don't hit enough. And then I think we're dropping these Royal Eruptions. Now let's try running it like that, because now we have removal spells that can hit their stuff. So all right, we're on the play. Being on the play is good for us too. This hand's close. If we just top deck lands, this hand isn't really, really good. Yeah, I'll keep it. We'll see how it goes. This one could be a little rough. It's probably better than most 6-card hands, though. So see if they have a 2-drop here. They do. Okay. Well, I think we need a white source really bad here. Come in. Ooh, okay, we get to get them. Blast that first strike. Get that off the field. Player Pit Fighter, pass the turn. I didn't think they would block there, but I will definitely take it. And we also have the Blast on deck. Hopefully they don't have a Valkyrie here. Okay, they do. Let's get a white source off the top, please. One time? Okay. Okay, this flips our thing. This seems like one of our rougher matchups in the format, though, because our spells don't line up well against it. And they're gaining life. Much us being a burn deck, them gaining life is never good for us, so. Ooh, okay. Lots of potent plays here. Well, I need to draw a white source like this turn if I want to have any hope. This flips our outlaw back too. Yeah, and I think we're just kind of dead. Because what, we're going to take 7... Yeah, nope. We died. Man. That sucks. Oh well, on to the next one. Take a look at our hand. Yeah, this hand's fine. Got a burn spell, got some threats. Oh, I'll jam this. That's totally fine. Keep. See what we're up against this round. Okay. Play our den and pass. Consider. Are they the blue-red spells deck or something, probably? I liked what they drew there. Okay. Maybe they're like a Delver deck. Something like that would be my guess. Okay, well, let's go Plains and get down our Rivalda. Or Hilda? Yeah, Rahilda. See if they have a removal spell for a guy. That would be the worst case scenario, is they have to have a removal spell for us here. But if they don't, then next turn we might just kill the Geist Blaster and get in. Okay. Fading Hope to creature. Okay. Coming in for 3, sure. Passing, okay. Well, I'm gonna replay. Yeah, I like replaying this here. Because I think they probably have a Jawari disruption, so I don't want to run one of my 3-drops into that, and I want to hold up a Play with Fire in case end of turn, if they go to play a spell end of turn with the Prowess trigger on the stack, I think I'm going to Play with Fire this while they're tapped down more. So let's see what they do. But that's the line that I'm going to hopefully be able to make here. So what do you got, opponent? Okay, really in the tank about this. No, I don't want to. I want them to use their open mana if they're gonna. Maybe they disconnected. Okay. I think there's a chance our opponent disconnected. Hopefully they get to make it back. Okay, no, they're there now. They looked at their creature. Okay. Prowess trigger on the stack. Let's go for a Play with Fire and see if they have the 1 blue. Okay, they scoop it up to the 1 removal spell. Okay. I don't really know if there's anything else we want. We might want the Scroll Wielder. Because then we can buy back our burn spells. And giving our burn spells lifelink seems good against the Delver-like deck. But it's also a 4-drop. So that's the only that's a thing to consider. I think we just click submit. I mean, our deck seems pretty well structured against like a blue-red aggro-y tempo deck. We have a lot of good removal for them. We have good threats already, so I think we just ship it as is. Yeah. All right. Game 2 here. Get a look. Yeah, I'm in for this hand. Our opponent goes first. We'll see what we draw, but I'm not quite sure yet which land we're leading on. I think we're just going to lead on Mountain, because I kind of want to get my Pit Fighter down. In for that, so... And if they kill it, I'm fine with this eating a removal spell, honestly. I'd rather have one of these stick around. If they tap down for one of their 2-drops. Okay, our removal doesn't hit that 2-drop. So... That's fine, though. I think I'm going to just put this into play tapped here. So then next turn we can like get Disciple down reliably, and this way we'll hold up Play with Fire. playing my 2-drop here doesn't do a whole lot because it just runs into an 0-3, so it's not like I'm pushing damage. See what else they got though. Okay, so that is fine. I want to see if they end up tapping down this last blue. They do. Okay, well, in response to that, let's get the Geist Blaster off the table. That's fine there. Okay. So now, this turn, I think I want to use this to buy something back. They're down to 2 cards in hand. I like just playing the Disciple and shipping this turn. And then if the Delver flips, that's fine. We'll take our beats. And then on the following turn, we can play with fire it. So, yeah. I like Disciple and getting in there. Get them sweet, sweet lightning bolts in our deck. I also could have played Rem. But I think I'm gonna wait on that. See if this is flipping. Okay. So with the Delver trigger on the stack, they are Fading Hoping my 3-drop to scry. See if they can't flip their Delver. It looks like it's gonna flip, that's fine. And they drew an Expressive Iteration. That's a good one. So they ping. Get the iteration. Okay. Well then on our turn, I think we're gonna play. Let's see what we draw. But it's looking like we might Rem. Take our 3. Okay. We drew a land. So I think actually, is this control, this deals to permanents too. Okay. So actually this turn, I'm gonna Rem. And then we're gonna play with file the Thermo Alchemist to get that off the table. And then I think I'm just gonna leave Rem back. To try to hold the Delvers at bay. This hopefully means that they won't be able to kill Rem either. And if they attack with their Delver, I'll probably trade. And then on the following turn, I'll Bloodthirsty back a Play with Fire to kill the other Delver. Hopefully they don't have another Fading Hope here. Fading Hope would be a good tempo card. That could be a way we could get into some trouble if they like Fading Hope our Rem back to our hand and then hit for this Delver, hit us for 6, and then also have interaction when we try to Bloodthirsty Adversary next turn. But if we get to Adversary next turn, they don't, I think we're looking pretty good here. So oh, okay. The Rem's too much for them. They didn't even want to see what the Delver could flip into. Alright, sweet. Alright, coming in for another match here with Red, White, Burn. See our opening hand. Oof. Yeah, we're going to have to mulligan this. No actual lands. If we have like one actual land, I would consider keeping this, but let's mulligan. This hand is pretty reasonable. Let's keep 6. I kind of want to put Showdown back, but I think I'm going to put down Royal Eruption. Hope we just draw into the lands for Showdown. This card's one of our best in our deck. Looks like we might be up against Clerics again. So I'm going to play this land and pass. Hold up the Play with Fire. Sure. Oh, I'm going to Play with Fire this Veteran. Put down the white. So they didn't have either one of the 2-drops last turn. Because if they had either Cleric of Life spawned or the other one, they probably would have jammed it. So I'm just going to get down the Adversary and swing for 2. And pass. Hopefully they don't have a Valkyrie this turn. Angel Immunity. Okay. And I'm hoping to top deck a land. That is definitely not a land. But it looks like they're also stuck. They're blocking. Okay. Well, we're going to Sacred Fire that. Get that off the table. It's looking like our opponent also doesn't have a whole lot of plays. So they're just passing. Cool. Well, I'm going to swing for 2. In there, let's get down the Rahilda. We're both kind of struggling on mana here. If we just start ripping some lands, these showdowns will be great. They'll completely stabilize us out of all of this. Ooh, they had no interaction. That is great for us. So let's get down Rem. We're off to the races. What was the other one? Rem, top box. Okay. That's good. We got game 1. Alright. So game 2, we're bringing in Valor Stance, we're bringing in Faithful Absence, and Brutal Cathars. And then I think we cut Royal Eruption. I actually think we cut Pit Fighter. Yeah. Try to be as interactive as possible, and Pit Fighters just aren't great. And so I think we're going to go like that. All right. Yeah, this hand's fine. See what our opponent does on turn 1. If they have the 1-drop, okay, they don't have it. If they had the 1-drop, I was going to consider playing Mountain and keeping up the Play with Fire, but since they didn't have it, let's just play down our cave, tapped, and see. No 2-drop, okay. Well, then let's get down our Rahilda. Our opponent does not have interaction for it, as it just auto-passed. Okay. Well, I'm just going to play our land, and then I'm going to go swinging. See if they just let it get in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with playing that off their deck. See what they got now. Rahilda's sick. This card is so good. Okay. Sure. Ooh. Well, actually, I think I'm going to save that Valor stance for the next one, because I really want to just be aggressive, and I want to get this Disciple down. So I'm going to swing with both, and then if they block, I'm just going to play with Fire the Valkyrie. Because this is fine. I'm fine with this 2-for-1 trade here, because that was already a free card off of our Rahilda anyways, so Inquisitor Captain is good. Okay. I think this turn we might just showdown. What are our other options? We could swing. Ooh, actually, I think I like the play of going Mountain, Disciple, and then we jam with both Disciples. Get a bunch of Lightning Bolts in our deck, and then we're probably going to start finding a ton of them off these showdowns. And then they're going to block, and then we're going to make this Disciple indestructible. Do that. And then next turn, we can showdown. Okay. Hopefully this hit isn't too insane. Another Angel. So now we just need to deal with this Inquisitor. So I'm looking for another like Valorous stance-like effect. So hopefully our showdown can dig us to something like that. Or I guess it could always just dig us to like a land and a few lightning bolts, because a bunch of our deck is lightning bolts now. Okay. Showdown. Let's start fueling up here. Yeah, okay. So then this turn, I think I'm just gonna jam with both. And then if the Inquisitor Captain blocks, we're gonna bolt it. Because they see the lightning bolts face up. So they know they're gonna lose their captain if they block. Alright, well, bolt the captain. Trade those, hit you for 3. And then next turn we got a whole bunch of spells on deck. The scary part about these angels is all their future plays, their creatures are just gonna be massive, but we're gonna pump up our Disciple a lot this next turn, so let's see what they do. I'm hoping I draw a land, because there's a chance if they play another like 4 toughness thing and I draw a land, hopefully I can bolt one of these. Okay, nope, just that. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. We got sweet stuff we can do here. Okay, yeah. They pass. Well, hey, we did hit a land in case we want it, but we're gonna go land. We're gonna play our Rem. And then we're also gonna play this Adversary. And then bump up the Rem. And then we're gonna bolt the Sigardian. Bump up the Bloodthirsty. and then threaten a ton of damage, and they scoop it up. This deck is sweet. Alright, coming in for some more matches here with red, white, burn. I like this hand here, so let's go ahead and keep 7. See what we are up against this round. Put down my pit fighter here. Alright, green, white. Okay, professor. Well, I think on our turn, yeah, let's just go den. That's a spike field, this professor. Get it out of our way. Get in for 2. Pass. Hold up this play with fire here. Okay. There's some kind of Bant deck. Sure. And then, are we doing anything else with this treasure? Well, end of turn. Let's play with fire this innkeeper. Get it out of the way. Let's jam our disciple. Get in for 5. Put some lightning bolts in our deck. Pass the turn. We have drawn too many lands. Hopefully we don't draw any more. Ooh. Bant Captain. Okay. Part of me wants to do the reckless move of attacking with this, but I don't think that's the play. So, no attacks. Let's pass. This card's also impressed me a lot coming out of Alchemy. The games I've played with it or against it, it's seemed pretty insane. Another captain. Okay, well, I think we're just going to get buried by captains this game. I wonder if they are playing... Okay, okay. I wonder if they're playing the 3-drop rogue that clones just to hit it off the captains. No blocks. Well... Let's do that. Activate this ability. Sack a vampire. And then discard a mountain. Because we need some cards that do something, and those are not cards that do a whole lot. We drew one of our lightning bolts, though. So let's play our land. Pass the turn. And then key to the archive, okay. Sure. So they're gonna get a sweet card with that. I think we need like a showdown probably. Come back into this one. Okay, well, I think what we do here, you know, bolt the apparition, resolve, pass the blockers, block and block, spike field this one, trade, okay. And now we need to hit like a showdown. It's not very good, but I think we're just going to animate our bugbear. Go swinging. Pass the turn. Approach the second sun. Jeez. Gain a bunch of life. Well, let's keep doing this thing then, if our opponent's not going to do a whole lot on their end. land for turn, pass. Sure. Okay, well, I think we just keep doing this. Keep mounting our Goblin Assault. If they're gonna dirtle and do nothing, this is what we're gonna do. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm in for the Disciple this turn because it has haste. Get more lightning bolts in our deck. And pass. Let's see if they... Okay, we got there. Sweet. Okay, blue-white captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Well... I think Brutal Cathar is probably pretty good against them. Let's bring in 2 Brutal Cathars. And... these pit fighters don't seem great. They got a lot of stuff that can get in the way. Especially on the draw. So I think we bring out the pit fighters, we bring in the captains. Do we want Scroll Wielder maybe? This card seems alright against them. Because this is going to be like a war of attrition in a sense. And rebuying our burn spells when these games go a bit longer might be nice. And then I think let's actually go down 1 Sacred Flame for this Faithful Absence as well. Let's try jamming this. Okay. Let's take a look at our hand here. Yeah. I'm in for this hand. We just need to draw lands, essentially. They don't do a whole lot this turn. I might just play with fire up top. In response to that, let's play with fire this. And then I'm fine with the Spellbinder. We just need to find lands. It still might be correct to play with Fire the Face, but I'm fine with just killing the Spellbinder. I think you take one of these 4-drops, make them cost a bunch. Or I guess the other philosophy, right, is like hitting like Blast, yeah. And just hope I don't draw lands and brick like I just did and go from there. Hopefully they don't. They'll land into... Okay. That's fine. So I think I'm going to blast the face. Because if I don't draw a land next turn, I'm going to Royal Eruption up top as well to trigger the blast. Yeah, okay. So we're going to play with fire up top to find some lands. That one on the bottom. Get our land. And then we're going to pass the turn. It's not the most optimal use of those burn spells in this matchup, but we need to start hitting lands. Sure. Okay. Mascot Exhibition, sure. The teleportation circling this is gonna be pretty insane. Oh, jeez. Yep, and the Mimic. How many times are they gonna loop this in front of us? Well. Okay. Well, we found yet another land. So I think I'm gonna do this. And then let's take the real captain away. Because now if they blink this one, it doesn't come back as a captain. No loss. Comes back as something else. Okay. Sure. This class pool, let them copy my stuff too, though? Creature you control. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So in this turn, let's play this. Let's get down our Rem. And then I think we Royal Eruption. The Cloned Professor. And then no cancel. No attacks. We'll pass. Is they're about to play. Yep, that's got exhibition. Okay, well, we're gonna block the 2-1. Take our lumps from the other one. Sure. That's fine. Well, let's showdown at the spots. Hit him with the showdown. Okay. And then this turn, let's go mountain. And then I'm going to electrostatic blast. It's 3-2. Oh no, wait, or did we need to gain that? We might have needed to gain the 2 life. Because then what? I block. There, no. Yeah, we're dead on board now. Okay, nope. I punted. Because if I do that, if I do this one instead and gain 2 and go up to 8, and then what? I can block here. I can't really afford to block. Yeah, no, we're in a losing position either way. All right. Let's try this again in game 3. Game 3 on the play. Did they show us anything else? That we want to have a different card for? I don't think so. I think this is still the correct 60. So let's jam with this. All right, play first. Sure, this hand is fine. So let's keep tapped. Get down our Hilda. And then we're probably going to Royal Eruption whatever their 2-drop is, if they have one. And get in with this. Start building card advantage. sure. So let's Royal Eruption this. Get in for 2. Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Yes, yes, good. Good. Ho, 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 ho. So this turn, we just get in with the Rahilda. I don't think this card triggers on our deck, though, right? I mean, I'm still going to play it because I want to get down the card advantage from it. But that's good. Hey, we've exiled 2 of their captains. Yeah, we definitely don't have 20 creatures in our deck, though. But hey, I will steal your captains all day. That's fine with me. If we're gonna have an attrition war, you know what I mean? I'm good with it. Yeah, sure. Trade. Let's trade. It's fine with me. What does Innkeeper do for us? I like just jamming another captain. And then, okay, they finally do have a captain. So then that means we have adversarying. Yeah. Okay. That's totally fine. So then our turn. Let's go adversary. Kick it. Royal Eruption. Get that guy out of here. And then we're gonna jam. Itcha. Go ahead. They only have 1 captain left in their deck, which is good for us. Oh, that's insanely good for us. They're probably dead then. So let's go Disciple, Adversary, swing with the whole squad. And then what? They go to 1. And then next turn we have a showdown to find a point of damage if they somehow do something here. Yeah, that doesn't do it, opponent. That also doesn't do it. You're still dead on board. Because that gives me a 2/2. I get a token. Yeah, sweet. All right, coming back for our games here. Today we went 4-1, only dropping a match to Clerics. Some thoughts about the deck. So I think I might actually cut one of these Royal Eruptions and get the 4th Electrostatic Blast in the deck. I should be able to craft that. Yep. Get the 4th Electrostatic Blast in this deck. This card pulled its weight a lot. It was super impressive. I think it definitely justifies having 4 of them. Other than that, I don't think I'd make any changes to the main deck. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way everything played out. So that's good. And then in the sideboard, I want to replace these Roiling Vortexes, I think. Even against Clerics, it didn't seem like this was the card we wanted because our mana is so constricted in those early turns that we can't really ever stop them from gaining life. And I guess against Control, right, we'd rather have these threats that are much more potent. So this is a card I'm looking to drop I think if I do drop it, I'm going to put in maybe a couple more faithful absences for when you get those matchups that have bigger creatures. So you have a way to keep punching through. It's either going to be faithful absences, or I could see maybe a one of like a braid, maybe two braids, and then the fourth valorous stance, or maybe one faithful absence and one valorous stance, and kind of round out your options against those bigger creatures. But other than that, this deck's feeling really sweet. So if you enjoyed it, please go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.